processed down that piece of firewood. We cut us a nice little chunk of block out of it, and that's nice and seasoned. It's real hard. It's really good stuff. But what we did was we went ahead and got this bait shape cut out. Okay, so I got the shape. We still got to do the mouth and stuff, but I left it real wide up here. And he's kind of short but wide, and then he gets tall at the back, and then we'll have our tail built into him. Now if you're wondering what this is, it's going to be a catfish. It's just going to be a regular channel cat. So pretty much all we have left to do is shape the body, and we can move on from there. So let's get to carving. The shape of a catfish, I do believe. We'll see. I'm thinking about making this a two-piece guy. We might. But this is the shape of him, and this wood is so hard, I'm telling you. And well, we'll get ready for the hand cramp of our life, because this one's gonna hurt. Let's do it. The shape of him. Look at that wood grain, guys. Stuff's pretty neat. But now we need to get his gills drawn on here, get them cut out, and a little fin, and his eyes drilled, and then we'll get his mouth kind of carved where it needs to go, and then we'll work on all his little fins, and yeah, we'll go from there. After we get all the stuff carved in here, we're going to cut him in two pieces after we get the fins and stuff on him. So, let's do that. Well, we got these guys carved in here, and let me tell you, that's some of the hardest wood I've ever freaking cut in my life. I'm gonna clean it up with this 60 grit. That's what I have to use with this hard stuff. So I'll get these cleaned up, and we'll work on this part right here. our body pretty much done. On these catfish, they don't really have scales, they just have smooth skin. So now what we need to do with this guy is get our fins made, get everything else made, and put on this guy. And then it looks like we're gonna have to make some kind of little stringy thingies coming off of here. So we'll do that. We'll get these made, and then we'll probably put these on last. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get our fins made. There he is so far. Now we need to get some little fins coming off the sides. But before we do that, I'm gonna try and cut it in half, get this into 2 pieces. It's almost there. It's like right there, y'all. I'm gonna cut that with a knife because I'm afraid if I stick it in there, well, let's try this just a little more. Nice clean cut. Good. So now let's get our little fins going on this dude, and he'll be ready for clear, he'll be ready for weight, and we're going to drop this one in the test tank in today's video. sanding sealer. So yeah, as soon as I can get this inside of this freaking hard piece of wood. But we're gonna dip them in the sanding sealer. Now we'll let them dry. He's dry, he's sealed. Now we need to put him together, get our belly weight placed in him, and go from there. So let's do it. You see I put the 2 metal rods in here, just straight rods. I didn't glue them, didn't do none of that. I just shoved them in there, and that is how I get these perfectly even for the holes over on this side. So what I'll do is take some paint, put it down here on a piece of paper, dip the tips of them in there, line this up best I can, top and bottom, boom. That'll be perfect. Let's go ahead and demonstrate how that's done, and then we'll get on to this. We have our perfect connection. And as you guys can see, all I did was using 2 wires, and boom, just like so. And before we put the solid joint in there and get this all glued in on top and bottom, we're gonna go ahead and put our weight down here, see how we get there. So let's go ahead and do the weight. So guys, my test tank don't have water in it, so I just went ahead and filled this picture up with some water real quick. So let's go ahead and see how this guy falls with just these 2 big weights, if he falls at all. Little rear heavy, but if we drill the hole a little tad bit further in the front and the back, I think that'll be perfect. That's the kind of slow fall I'm looking for. We'll put that same amount in the front and do a little less in the back. Now I want to put these line ties in real quick, just so I can get the line tie in without running into any air, and we'll pour the lead around it. Got the melting pot heating up, highest setting so far. Once this gets hot, we'll get the pouring. Installed. I've got it sanded flat. Now it's time to prime it white and get a paint job on this guy. The colors we're going to be using is going to be an opaque white, pearlized white, a black, transparent brown, and a little bit of gold. Well, this is copper, but same difference. So let's try to make this look like a catfish with these colors. thinking we'll do silver eyes on this guy. So let's go ahead and put a dab of super glue, just a little bit. I always like to put a little bit of super glue back behind that, just because sometimes the stickiness ain't really all that. Go ahead and get them eyes in there. Make this guy look like something. Now he needs his fangs. I put a little bit of golden brown in there just because I feel like they have a little more color than just the darks. So let's go ahead and get his oops, it didn't work. It ain't set. I'm over here touching it. Well, cut the video for a minute, but I got him in there. So now let's go ahead and get these guys put on here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, whether it be plastic or rubber, but we're about to find out. Strips, and I think it looks more realistic. If you guys have any better ideas, definitely comment below and let me know. Get these glued on here, and then we'll epoxy over them, and that'll really hold them on. So guys, I took a rubber worm and I cut it down and then I glued it on here. And we got that going now. Let's go ahead and get this dude cleared. So guys, I do apologize for the bad video quality here. My camera battery went dead, but it does get better after this clear coat section. My other camera got some charge on it and I started recording with it again, so I do apologize. Check him out, guys. Looks pretty sweet to me. So he'll look better outside in the actual good lighting. Let's go ahead and get this dude together and we'll put hooks on him, take him to the river and test him. He's ready for some hooks and then he's ready to go to the river. Let's go ahead and do that. We made it down to the river, and if you can't see, there's a lot of muck in here. Look at all that stuff. I'm gonna try to do this and not get it all over the lure. So let's go ahead and test this guy out. Well guys, our catfish has a pretty good action, and I'm happy with that. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. He's kind of a slow mover, kind of slowly moves through the water, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Hey, see you in the next one.